Hey guys, it's Zach Power here from the Hockey Bias. Today I'm alongside with Chris Wishbone, and there's not much going on in the NHL. They got the first game and all that. We want to talk about the AHL and their playoffs. We'll start off with the finals. Who are the first two teams?
Well, you've got the Lake Erie Monsters versus the Hershey Bears, and both teams, they played pretty good in the second round. Like, Lake Erie won 4 straight over the Ontario Reign, and Hershey Bears beat Toronto Marlies 4-1.
Yes, it's been a very big surprise for the Toronto Marlies, but you wouldn't expect a team like Columbus to make it all the way to the finals because it is Columbus's farm team.
Well, I'm not a huge, I don't know a whole lot about the Lake Erie's team. I know they're obviously a good team. They beat the Ontario Reign 4 straight. They've made it to the finals of the playoffs. But yeah, you wouldn't expect a team like Columbus's farm team to do that good.
So in the third round, we'll start off with the East. So Toronto, they played against Hershey. Now, I personally followed that series. We thought Toronto was going to win. What were your thoughts on it?
Well, I think the Toronto Marlies, I think they are a good team, but they're not that good defensively, and I don't think that Bebo is a very good goalie.
At the beginning of the year, you could have said, man, they were going to make the finals, they were going to win. But they sent a lot of guys up to Toronto. Does that affect anything?
Well, I don't know. I think the Toronto Marlies got outplayed in that series. I think the Hershey Bears really outworked them.
Now, in the West, we have the Ontario Reign and the Lake Erie Monsters. So what were your thoughts on that? How did the Ontario Reign play? Was it up to standard?
Well, the Ontario Reign, they couldn't get the offense going. Like, the Ontario Reign, in the playoffs, in the early rounds, they were winning games like, 2-1, 1-0, 3-2. Like, they weren't winning by large margins, but they would keep the puck out of the net. In this series, they were not keeping the puck out of the net, and they couldn't score goals to save their lives. That was the downfall of this team.
Peter Budaj, who played sensational in the regular season, didn't play up to par. Do you agree with this?
Well, Peter Budaj, you can't blame the goalie when the team doesn't score enough goals, but, I agree with you that Peter Budaj did not play as good as he did in the regular season.
And the Albany Devils, they played in the second round. They got knocked out by the Toronto Marlies. I think it was 4-2. Don't quote me on that.
4-3.
4-3, yes. So, what did you think of Albany's team? Were they up to par? What was on the go?
Well, Albany's team is a defensive team. They got Yandini in net. They've got really strong defensemen. They had Stevenson, who was sent down by New Jersey. I don't know how the fuck he was sent down. He's been 2 or 3 games now, the whole year. And I guess they couldn't score enough goals to give up with the Marlies. I guess the Marlies outspeeded them. Albany couldn't give up with the speed.
The Albany Devils kind of cheated the system. They had a lot of players called down to Albany by New Jersey. New Jersey's struggling. They have a lot of rookies, so they sent them all down. Was this the right decision by New Jersey?
Well, yeah, you want your young players playing, get some playoff experience, but yeah, I do think the Albany Devils should have won that series. I think they could have beat the Hershey Bears if they did win that series also.
And last and finally, we'll take it to the NHL and back to the AHL. The Pittsburgh Penguins have plenty of guys on the Wilkes-Barre Scranton. So what are your thoughts on Wilkes-Barre Scranton next year? That's kind of scary.
Well, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton, they were amazing this year because they had talents like Connor Sherry and Pouliot. But next year, if those players actually make Pittsburgh, I think they could be a pretty middle-of-the-pack team.
Yeah, and they're going to lose a lot of players. It's going to be great for the Penguins, but not so great for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton when you think about it. And they're going to have a real tough time making it next year. Anything else you want to add in?
I think we're good.
Thanks so much for watching the Hockey Bias. On behalf of Chris Wishbone, I'm Zach Power. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.